Welcome back to Decoding AI for You, the 5-minute deep dive. I'm glad you're here. If you are working in private equity, navigating complex capital markets, managing relationships with LPs, then you know the value of time, precision, and trust. And lately, you've probably heard the buzz around generative AI. Maybe you're curious, maybe a bit skeptical, but you're asking the right question. How does this actually apply to my world? Well, today I want to zero in on exactly that, how generative AI is starting to transform fundraising and investor relations in private equity. Not hypothetically, practically. Right now. Let's start with the basics. Fundraising is about identifying the right investors, building interest, telling the story, and doing it better than the dozens of other funds knocking on the same doors. One of the first ways generative AI shows up? Efficiency. We're talking about systems that can sweep through economic indicators, past deals, LP preferences, even public comments at scale. Instead of having analysts buried in spreadsheets for days, AI tools build a detailed profile of which investors are likely to be interested and why. That's targeted outreach, smarter and faster. It means my team can spend less time gathering data and more time building actual relationships. Because ultimately, fundraising isn't about dashboards, it's about trust. And speaking of trust, let's talk personalization. When I'm reaching out to an LP, it helps to know their language, not just their preferred sector, but how they like information framed. That's where generative AI, especially natural language processing, is making a real difference. By analyzing past emails, meeting notes, and call summaries, AI can help draft emails, decks, and updates that are tailored to the LP's tone and interests. Imagine having a tool that learns how each investor communicates and helps you do the same. The outreach doesn't just look personal, it is personal. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Some platforms can now analyze sentiment, not just what an investor says, but how they respond. Which materials did they spend time on? What questions did they ask? Were their email replies short and neutral or long and enthusiastic? This kind of insight helps me adjust my approach in real time. Maybe I emphasize a fund's ESG strategy in the next touch point, or I follow up on a specific concern they hinted at. It's like having a 360-degree view of the relationship from day one. Once you've brought an LP in, the work doesn't stop, it evolves. Ongoing communication is everything. Generative AI helps keep it personalized and relevant over time. Instead of sending out generic quarterly blasts, the system helps me tailor updates to each investor's focus. Somewhat detailed portfolio updates. Others want macroeconomic commentary. Some care most about ESG metrics. With AI tracking these preferences, I can ensure every update actually gets read and builds the relationship. Let's not forget reporting. For most firms, quarterly reports are a scramble. But with generative AI, I can automate large parts of that workflow. Pull data from multiple systems, portfolio performance, valuations, macro trends, generate the charts, and compile the commentary. Better yet, the AI learns. If an LP always focuses on healthcare holdings, the next report will highlight those updates front and center. That's not just efficiency, that's impact. Looking ahead, things are moving fast. I can already see a future where it generates pitch materials that adapt on the fly based on the LP's real-time questions. Even now, tools are emerging that dynamically update performance dashboards with live KPIs, so you're not waiting until quarter end to act. This kind of predictive engagement could reshape how we build and manage capital relationships. It's no longer reactive, it's proactive and predictive. And this isn't just theory. Firms like Elevage are using AI and medtech due diligence to evaluate more early-stage deals faster. Consulting shops like Bain are embedding AI across diligence, performance improvement, and portfolio optimization. The tools are real and they're working. But let's be real, it's not all upside. Data privacy is a huge concern. So, is algorithmic bias? If your AI is trained on biased data, it can make flawed assumptions. Integration with legacy systems takes effort. And AI governance isn't just a buzzword, it's a necessity. Adopting AI isn't a plug and play, it's a strategic commitment. It takes the right mindset, collaboration across teams, and a willingness to experiment and iterate. Still, I'm optimistic. The firms that lean into AI strategically, not just to cut costs, but to enhance relationships, will have a clear edge. Imagine LPs getting updates that speak directly to their mandate. Imagine never missing an early signal that an investor is drifting away. Imagine automating the grunt work and spending that reclaimed time building better partnerships. That's where I think we're headed. So here's the question I'm asking myself, and I'd encourage you to ask too. If generative AI can already analyze news feeds, social media chatter, even earnings calls, how long before it predicts LP sentiment with uncanny accuracy? What happens when the machine helps us see not just what's happening, but what's next? Something to think about. If you're ready to take the next step, check out the resources in the description, which includes our deep dive report provides a detailed analysis on generative AI within your industry. And as always, stay curious, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next episode of Decoding AI for You. Thanks for watching Decoding AI for You. If you found this useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let's keep exploring the future of AI together. See you next time.